Okay, magandang hapon. Welcome po dito sa Siling Pilipinas. Ma'am, pwede pong magpakilala, bumati.
Okay, magandang hapon Chris and magandang hapon din sa lahat ng nanonood ngayon sa iyong programa. So I am Bing Famoso, isang pintor at ako ang founder ng Philippine Fauna Art Society at ang Philippine Botanical Art Society. So my advocacy is on the Philippine endemic flora and fauna.
Okay. Ma'am, unang tanong, kailan nagsimula itong advocacy niyo?
Actually, before the two organizations, I started on advocating for the Philippine endemic flora and fauna in 2016. Medyo mahaba yung story, pero it boils down to the fact that ay hindi ako aware kung ano ang mga katutubong mga tanim, mga hayop sa Philippines. Although I'm a graduate of the Philippine Arts Management Program of the UP Manila, parang nalungkot ako na hindi ko man lang alam kung ano ba yung talagang mga katutubo sa atin, yung native sa atin. So it started when I read a post on Facebook about the planting of the cherry blossom trees in Benguet. In 2015, nagtanim sila ng mga almost 100 plants doon, pero hindi naging successful. So they wanted to plant again to mga around that much then in 2016. Tapos, dun ko na-realize parang, bakit cherry blossom? Parang feeling ko naman nung time na yun, madami din tayo mga native flora na maganda. Pero hindi ko lang alam.
At kamukha ng cherry blossom.
Oo. Pero hindi ko rin alam. Wala akong idea. Pero naramdaman ko yung lungkot. Tapos, sana magpo-protesta pa kami na itigil yung pagtatanim. Kasi akala ko ganun lang yan. But then, I did some research more na mga regalo to ng Kochi Prefecture kasi meron silang farmer exchange program from Japan and Benguet nung time na yon. So noon, sabi ko, siguro that inspired me to research on what is really ours, on what is really native to the Philippines. So nung nag-research ako, as in namangha talaga ako, ang dami walang magagandang bulaklak sa Philippines. So ang una ko mga nakita yung mga kapa-kapa or Medinilla magnifica, tapos nandyan yung tayabak, yung jade vine, tapos waling-waling, of course, our national orchid, tapos, at madami pang iba. And then, doon ko na-realize na parang, oh my goodness, ang gaganda nito, bakit walang nakakapansin? Bakit, nung nag-research din ako, parang wala din masyado nagpipinta tungkol sa kanila. So, I started painting them. My first two paintings are of the Tayabak and Benguet Lily, which is Suriyasuri. Benguet Lily dati kasi talagang yung landscape ng Benguet, punong-puno siya ng lilies na to kasi mabango siya. But then over collection in due time, nawala na siya sa landscape. So ngayon ang pumalit, diba? Pag pumunta ka ng Baguio, sunflower na yung makikita mo doon eh. So ito yung nag-start sa akin. Tapos sabi ko, sa dami-dami ng native plants or native flora, ako lang mag-isa, hindi ko kaya i-paint to. So sabi ko siguro, if there will be a collective, a Filipino community that will paint this flora species, siguro mas maganda. So what I did, I went to the National Museum of Natural History in 2018 and then told them about my intention to form a group. So nakausap ko doon sila Dr. Danny Tandang, Dr. Edwin Tadiosa, si Sir John Ray Gallardo. So, sila yung tumulong sa akin para mabuo to. So, they are the co-founders of the Philippine Botanical Art Society. And with that, tinatag talaga siya. Kasi noong time na yan, yung National Museum of Natural History was being renovated. So, bumalik ako after 1 year. And then, doon na namin talaga in-establish yun. So, it's September 4, 2019 for the Philippine Botanical Art Society and then for Philippine Fauna Art Society a week after that. Kasi sabi ko, bakit flowers lang? So we can also advocate for animals. That's why there's Philippine Fauna Art Society.
Doon kasi sabi niyo itinitignan niyo yung mga katutubong bulaklak natin, mga endemic dito sa atin, pati yung mga hayop. Ano sa tingin niyo may tutulong ng sining para palawakin pa ang awareness sa mga bagay?
Kasi I believe that art is a very effective tool to create awareness. Because when a person looks at the painting, magkakaroon siya ng connection. Although, hindi niya alam kung anong specific species yan. But when you look at the paint, especially that when I paint big. Ang mga paintings ko nag-range ng 3 feet to 2 feet, 4 feet by 5 feet, 6 feet by 4 feet. Kasi sabi ko, pag pinint ko siya ng malaki, it will attract attention. True enough, because of that, people started to research, to read about it, and then to learn about our own endemic flora and fauna. And I believe that malaking tulong talaga ang art kasi it's very colorful. It's parang ano yan sa awareness na sa senses natin compared to a book. I know books are very important as well, but yung instant na makukuha kagad yung attention mo is through visual art. So, yan talaga yung ginamit ko para maisulong itong advocacy na to.
I remember ang Bamboo Central ng Pilipinas nagkaroon ng series before, 1990s ng Flora and Fauna.
1990. I think that was 2018. I remember quite vividly because I had a solo show in Gateway Gallery. That was in 2017 in May. And then I painted all those na nakita sa coin.
Like the Pagadetary.
Yeah, lahat yun.
Visitera,
Yeah.
Lorensis, Pandakapit.
No, not naman that. Pero, yung mga yan,
Yeah,
90s. Yung fauna yan. Oo. Pero di ba nagkaroon din tayo noong 2018 ng mga flora naman, species on coins.
On coins.
Yung mga kapa. Oo.
Yung mahuling nila.
Yes. Yun yung kapa-kapa.
Yes,
Tapos
yes.
meron tayo ding waling-waling. Yan. So,
Yeah, yun nga, kumbaga nagkakasundo tayo, yung visual arts, yung visual aid,
yes.
nakakatulong para ma-recognize ng tao. Like, ako, ano ba, alam ko dun sa scientific name ng mga yan, di ba?
Yeah.
Pero dahil dun sa mga points na yun,
Yes.
di ba, Pandakapig na yan, nasa 10 cents.
Yes.
Yung
Oo.
Coco ni Sipera, nasa 2 pesos. Di ba?
Oo.
Carabao ng Lorenzi,
Yeah.
Tamaraw, nasa
Ang galing mo nga Alam mo yung mga scientific names
Kasi nga, dahil dun sa mga visual aids na yun,
Oo.
dahil sa series of points
Yes.
na yun,
Tama, naalala
ang
ko.
Bamboo Central ng Pilipinas. Now, bilang artist, kayo naman, ang ginagawa ninyo, lalo na yung grupo ninyo, pinipinta ninyo para makita ng mga tao.
Yeah, oo. And siguro simula noong 2019, ang dami na namin naging exhibits. And then we usually partner with government agencies like the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, Biodiversity Management Bureau. We also partnered with the Department of Foreign Affairs. And of course, our big partner talaga is the National Museum. So nakakatulong talaga sila because I believe that this agency is their platform kasi reach talaga nationwide yan eh. And then, of course, people will listen to them, especially if we hold our exhibits there. Kaya nakakatuwa din that they believe and support in our mission, in our vision.
Well, siguro, mandato ng mga government
Yes,
agency, o kahit siguro sabihin natin, responsibilidad natin mga mamamayan, na pangalagaan yung kalikasan natin. Kasi unang-una, paubos na sila eh.
Yeah,
Diba?
that's true.
At yung kabataan ngayon, hindi naman alam na yung mga bulaklak na yan.
Yes.
Ang alam na lang nila, roses, tulips.
Yes.
Kasi yan yung binibigay mo pag Mother's Day.
Hindi lang yun. Growing up, di ba, alam natin, yung ginagamit na nilang names for sections.
Yeah, mga section.
Di ba, parang Katleya, Kamya.
Tsaka yung room sa Club Pilipino.
Di ba?
Yung wali-wali.
Yun. So, nakakatuwa nga kasi I had a talk yesterday dun sa More Than Amaya event sa Fisher Mall. And I was telling the students there that they're very lucky, they're very blessed. Now, this time around, there's a lot of engagement, there's a lot of events, particularly focused on our biodiversity. Dati nung time natin, wala yan. Hindi natin alam yan. Alam na natin Maya, di ba? Kaya nga, there's More Than Amaya now. Because we believe that there's a lot of birds in the Philippines. We have around 700 species residents and migratory. And then we have around 241 endemic species. Dito lang makikita sa Philippines. So that's very amazing. And ako kasi, every time that I talk, I always say na napaka-special and na napaka-blessed ng Philippines because we're one of the 17 mega-diverse countries in the whole world. And to be given that title or recognition, dapat at least 50% of your species are endemic. And yun tayo. Kaya nga nabuo ang Philippine Botanical Art Society and Philippine Fauna Art Society because I believe that I myself, as a solo artist, I cannot paint everything. Ang dami-dami nito. Thousands, hundreds. So when you engage a group of artists na isa lang yung inyong advokasya, magiging successful and ma-attain mo yung vision mo. And now, presently, for Philippine Botanical Art Society, we have 122 members. And then for Philippine Fauna, we have around 88 members. And this September is our 6th year anniversary.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you so much. And then we're very excited because we will be having our 6th anniversary exhibit at the San Beda Museum and Archives that's in Alabang. And San Beda Museum and Archives is one of our very first partners. Sila talaga yung nagtuguyod nitong aming mission, and we are successful because of them, because of the leadership of Sir Joseph Renta, yung curator ng museum na yon. And we're very excited. I just had the call for entries today, kaya yun, I hope madami makasali kasi everything submitted will be part of the exhibition.
Okay. Kailangan ba member ng group niyo?
Yes, you have to be an official member of PhilFast and PhilBas. So yun yung acronym namin, PhilFast tsaka PhilBas. To be members. So, pwede pa rin naman sila mag-member to participate in this exhibition. And the theme of the exhibition is open. So, before kasi whenever we have exhibition, juried yun. Kasi sa sobra dami naming mga members, hindi namin ma-accommodate lahat. But then this time, we decided na maka-join lahat. So, if you are a member of 2 organizations, pili ka lang whether you will paint botanical or fauna. So, yun. And exciting kasi nga open theme siya. So, whatever you want to paint, as long as it's a native species of the Philippines.
Ako natutuwa lang dahil sa inyong advokasya, sa inyong ginagawa, napapatunayan natin yung kapangyarihan ng civil.
Yes.
Na ibulat,
Yes.
ibulat yung kaisipan ng mamamayan, ibulat ang kaisipan ng tao. Ipinta, iguhit, isalarawan, yung kalagayan, ibulat.
That's right.
In this case, ng kalikasan. So, wala akong masabi kundi congratulations. Kasi,
ako sobrang tuwang-tuwa rin. Kasi, nung tinayo ko to, parang hindi pa rin ako nabibilib sa sarili ko, no? Kasi, hindi naman sa nabibilib, pero I believe in the advocacy kasi, na na-form in my mind. Kasi isa akong housewife. Before ako magpinta, I don't even have any work experience. Kasi after I graduated from UP, nag-asawa na ako. Tapos, syempre, my focus were on my family, no? Tapos ngayon, nung naglakihan na sila, wala na sila sa bahay namin kasi isa nag-asawa, isa na sa US, nagkaroon ako ng more time to focus on my advocacy nga. And sobra kong saya. Noong una, sabi ko nga, isang tao lang ang maging aware at magkaroon ng impact yung ginagawa ko. Feeling ko talaga successful na siya. But then, this one person, dumami ng dumami. At ngayon, parang nagkaroon na ng movement na karamihan ng mga artists natin ngayon ay nagpipinta na talaga ng ating flora and fauna. Ang dami exhibits na ngayon, left and right, di ba?
ang dami. Tapos, banggitin ko na si Ramon si Diego, isang kaibigan natin ang madalas ng pinipinta, Philippine Eagle.
Oh, that's good.
So, laging Philippine Eagle. Hindi man lagi, madalas yung tema niya.
Speaking of Philippine Eagle, that's also my favorite subject to paint. So, ngayon, I started painting the Philippine Eagle in 2018. And then in 2019, I started donating to our Philippine embassies and Philippine Consulate General. So, yun talaga yung focus ko ngayon. And also, at the National Museum of Natural History, one of my paintings, big paintings, which is size 5 feet by 4 feet, nandun siya ngayon sa National Museum. Meron siyang sariling wall sa Faustina Foyer. Sa second floor. So, pag pumunta ka doon, visit ka doon. So, this particular painting of the Philippine Eagle, it's a huge painting. It's a portrait. And then, I made it sure na yung mata niya ay makakausap ang mga nakakakita. So, yung mata niya susunod sa'yo everywhere you go. And it's like pleading. It's not yung na normal na mata ng eagle natin na very fierce. Siya ay parang nakikiusap na parang, can you please look at me? Look at my plight as a critically endangered species. Help me. Parang ganyan. So, ngayon, I'm so excited to tell you na meron na akong 14 donations.
Wow.
Yeah, so I donated to our Philippine Consulate General in Los Angeles, Chicago, San Francisco, in Dubai, Osaka, in Tokyo. Then also I donated to the Philippine Embassy in Singapore, Philippine Embassy in Cambodia, also in Malaysia. There's also in the Department of Foreign Affairs, I also gave one. And then, madami pa. Tapos, nakakatuwa, in the Philippine Embassy in Thailand, Kasi nag-overnight ako doon going to Cambodia. Nag-message ako sa embassy natin doon. Tapos medyo hindi kami nagkaroon ng misunderstanding, miscommunication about the time. So paalis na ako to Cambodia. Alam mo kung saan ko sinakay yung ating Philippine Eagle?
Saan?
Sa Grab. Nauna siya sa Thailand, sa yung embassy natin doon. So I still have to schedule another visit to Thailand para sa official turnover ng painting. Nakakatuwa.
So, yung sabi nauna na siya ron.
Nauna na siya doon.
Ceremonial na lang.
Yeah. Tapos, ang pinaka-recent ko na donation is in the Philippine Embassy in Japan, which is in Tokyo.
Oh.
Yeah. So, ano lang yan, nitong July.
Wow.
Yeah. And then, I'm also excited to mention that I was invited by our Philippine Embassy in Norway to hold a solo show there. And of course, donation na rin. So I plan to go to the 4 different, Scandinavian countries. So, Norway, Denmark, Sweden, and then Finland. To also donate kasi may mga embassies din tayo doon eh. So I'm very excited about this exhibition because I will be painting 10 endemics of Norway and then 10 endemics of the Philippines.
Wow.
So that will be on November 5 to 9. Yeah.
This year?
This year, yeah.
Wow.
So I'm preparing for that. Thank you so much. And then I'm also excited to share. Ako, ang dami ko kwento sa'yo about the Philippine Eagle.
Okay,
So last year, kasi for how many years na, since 2020, we partnered with DNR, BMD for Philippine Eagle Week. So every year, nung time na yun, the pandemic, it's online lang siya. But then in 2024, we had the first 100 artists for the Philippine Eagle. So we engaged 100 artists, and some of them are, hindi naman 100 artists, but some of them are just family members, friends. And then we did a big mural. Each participant painted on a 1 foot by 1 foot canvas. And then when we put it together, it created a big mural of the Philippine Eagle. Yeah, mosaic actually. That's the proper term, yung mosaic mural. So this mosaic mural, 100 artists, we generated around 100,000 pesos to adopt Philippine Eagle, rescued Philippine Eagle, Nariha Kabugao. And Nariha Kabugao was released in the wild na. So the money that we donated to the Philippine Eagle Foundation was used for its monitoring and protection. So it's a very amazing project. Imagine 100 artists painting together, a collective effort. And then it was exhibited in the National Museum of Natural History for at least, I think, 2 weeks. And then, ang nakakatuwa nito, because of this, when I went to Hong Kong, I replicated the same project.
Okay.
Kasi nung pumunta ako sa Hong Kong noong June 29, I was invited by our consulate general there. And ang ginawa natin, I suggested that we do this with them. So, ang nangyari naman dito, 100 migrant workers. So, ang tawag doon, yung OFW natin. Ang nakakatuwa. And then we painted, may maliliit lang, but then it's also a big mural. So, nakakatuwa dahil...
Maliliit kasi na yun pag pinagsama-sama
Yes.
mo.
At not naman maliit. It's 8 inches by 8 inches. Malaki pa rin.
Pag pinagsama-sama mo yun, malaki.
Yes. Hindi lang yun. Alam mo yung nakakataba ng puso na parang sobrang amazing na itong mga kababayan natin doon, yung love for the Philippines. Kaya nga sabi ko sa kanila, alam niyo nandito ako, hindi ako taga dito, pero taga Las Piñas ako, pero yung aking love for our country, overflowing, as in sobrang pagmamahal sa ating bansa, na gusto ko din na ma-attract and then bahagi yung love na yun sa kanila, na nakita ko din na sobrang love din nila talaga ang Philippines. And nung binuo na namin, yung sobrang grabe ang palakpakan ng mga tao. So, nagpapasalamat ako sa ating Philippine Consulate General in Hong Kong at saka sa ating ambassador ng China for, making this exhibition very, very successful.
Wow. Amazing nga. Amazing. Hindi kasi kung isa-summarize ko yung mga sinasabi mo, parang, again, nakikita natin yung kapangyarihan ng singing to move the people.
Yes.
To open up their minds,
yes.
their awareness sa some particular issue. Like in this case, Philippine Eagle, Philippine Flora and Fauna. Tapos, nandiyan yung gobyerno mo, yung national government mo, tumutulong na ipakalat, i-promote, isulong yung ganitong advokasya.
Yeah.
Diba? Parang perfect ng mga ingredients.
Kaya, and sabi ko din, Sir Chris, na parang, sige, yung exhibition, it's fine. It's maganda, nakita mo. But when you engage the people, the viewers, to pay together, kasi hindi sila artist very few lang ang artist sa kanila, yung guhit kulay, na binubuo din ng mga migrant workers natin sa Hong Kong. Pero yung imagine mo, yung mga doctors, mga professional natin doon na nandoon, mga bankers, nagsama-sama, nag-team together, na walang mga background pero napakaganda nung na-create na mural. Mamaya papakita ko sa'yo. Pero amazing na nangyayari to. So, yun nga, yung viewer ka, tapos napasama ka pa doon sa collective effort para magpinta ng Philippine Eagle. Kasi ito parang protecting our natural heritage.
Yes.
Philippine Eagle is a flagship species na parang we see our Filipino identity sa kanya. Sabi ko nga doon sa mga kabataan kahapon, influencer si Philippine Eagle Kasi pag siya ang pinadala mo, makikinig ang mga tao. Tapos habang pinapangalagaan natin siya, pinoprotektahan natin siya, everything under its habitat, napoprotektahan din. Kasi imagine mo, siya na nga pinoprotektahan natin Pero once we protect the Philippine Eagle, lahat na talaga doon, mga microorganisms, flora and fauna species, napoprotektahan din. So, ay nako, love ko talagang Philippine Eagle. Napakakisig, napakagwapo. Before I painted him in 2018, I have to go to the Philippine Eagle Center para makita at feel ko. Hindi ako. Talagang nagpunta talaga ako noon. Kasi hindi ko siya pwedeng ipinta.
Kung hindi ako napuntahan, crocodile permit na.
Natakot mo doon kami mag-paint ako. So anyway, parang pagkita ko sa kanya, sabi ko, oh my gosh, ang kisig-kisig. Sobrang mighty. Sobrang majestic. Yung eyes na it's piercing through my heart. So every time that I paint the Philippine Eagle, I always remember that particular instance when I saw it eye to eye. Sobrang nakaka-inlove talaga. Yes. Tapos yung buhok niya. Ang gwapo, di ba? Yung crest niya. Yes. Siya lang sa buong mundo ang raptor na ganun kakisig, ganun kagwapo na may mukha. Pag kumanap sa'yo, talagang parang tao na nakikiusap sa'yo yung mata niya So, paano natin ito paprotektahan, di ba? 400 pairs na lang ang naiiwan. So, around 800. Critical level na yan, di ba? So, we really have to do something for the Philippine Eagle as well for biodiversity.
Yung issue ng cultural activity or kumbaga ancestral activity na alam silang panain, dahil bahagi ng kanilang kultura.
Yeah. Pero I guess na yan, Chris, yung ating mga indigenous people are also aware na. Oo. Sila mismo din ang nagpapangalaga ngayon sa ating Haring Agila.
And I think may mga kaso na sila mismo nagsusurrender sa DNR. Nakaka-capture nila.
Yeah.
So, yun yung awareness tumataas.
Yes.
Dahil ilan na lang yan. And I think sa buong mundo, ito yung pinakamalaki.
Yeah, siya yung longest living raptor. And one of the, yung wingspan, mahaba, 7 feet yung wingspan niya Grabe no? Imagine, meron tayo dito sa Philippines noon, nakaka-proud, sobra.
Tapos yun nga, pag meron kang painting, litrato ng Haring Agila sa bahay, parang pride mo na yun
Yes.
Ito pinili-pili
Yeah.
Hindi ka magkakamali.
Yeah.
Diba?
If you say na something that is really ours, ito yon yung Philippine Eagle. Hindi lang to. Ang dami pa nating ibang mga, yung Philippine Kakatu, yung ating mga hornbills, nakakaiba din. Yung ating
Kalaw.
Oo, Kalaw. Oo, iba't iba. May Luzon, may Visayas, gano'n, may Walden's Hornbill. Tapos, yung ano pa natin, yung breeding hearts natin. Negus breeding heart. Ay, ang gaganda, di ba? Yung meron siyang streak of, dito, red. Sama kita ng gano'n, di ba? Sobrang, yung tarsier natin, di ba? Yung tamaraw natin. Ang dami pa talaga na kailangan talaga nating ipagpataguyod yung advocacy para lahat talaga sila ay, maprotektahan natin, conservation and protection of our biodiversity.
Tsaka siguro ako gusto ko rin banggitin yung awareness about Philippine flowers. Kasi maski ako, konti lang yung alam ko sa bulaklak. Diba? kung ano yung mabibili sa flower shop, yun lang.
Buti na lang na-mention mo na naman yan. Meron naman ako ibabahagi sa'yo. Yeah. Sora, ito namang Philippine Botanical Art Society. It is composed of mga botanical artists. Ako mismo, hindi talaga ako mahusay na botanical artist. Pero ako nga din yung founder. Kasi nakita ko na ang botanical art form ang pwede natin gamitin para to create awareness. Kasi pag botanical art kasi, ibig sabihin nito, yung mga pinipinta ay talagang makikita mo doon yung yung mga parts of the species, yung ano talaga yung kanyang actual na physical attributes na magkakapagkaroon ng differentiation sa ibang species. Kasi ang mga bulaklak, mga plants, ganyan, maiba lang yung dahon, maiba lang yung petal, iba na yun. Oo, baka indigenous pa nga yan, hindi natin alam, baka pwede makita sa Philippines, sa ibang bansa, ganyan. Pero itong botanical art kasi, yun nga ang ginagamit natin for advocacy to create awareness about our endemic flora, our indigenous flora. So, ang gagaling, mahuhusay ang ating mga members, and then madami na rin tayo mga exhibits. So, nakapag-exhibit na with the DFA, sa National Museum as well, sa Sandada din nga, tapos sa Conrad Hotel. Tapos ngayon, I'm so excited and very proud to share with you na we're part of the Botanical Art Worldwide. Noong nagsisimula pa lang ako, noong 2018, nakita ko na yung Botanical Art Worldwide. Sabi ko, bakit hindi kasama ang Philippines? Yung first nila was in 2018, 25 countries yung kasali doon. So I was, kasi bago pa lang din ako magpipaint noon. I'm so excited to see the name of the Philippines doon sa website. Tapos sobrang lungkot na wala siya. Sabi ko, bakit ganon? 17 mega diverse countries tayo, di ba? Part of that. So dapat nandun tayo. 25 na yung kasali, yung 17 nandun, pero ang Philippines wala. Apparently, kasi nga wala tayong Botanical Art Society sa Philippines. That's why yun din yung naghimok sa akin na magtayo.
Okay.
Oo.
To represent the country.
Oo, to represent the country. So, 2019 nga nagkaroon na tayo niyan. And then finally, yung second Botanical Art Worldwide, na-invite na tayo.
Wow.
So, ito, kasali tayo sa Botanical Art Worldwide 2025, wherein 30 countries joined. So, meron na tayo, nagsimula siya noong May. So, we had online virtual exhibition. Pero yung ating physical exhibit will be opening ngayon pa lang August 29. So, magkakaroon ng grand opening on August 29, but only invited lang doon yung mga participants kasi medyo maliit lang muna siya. And then, it will be open to the public for 1 whole year. So, from August 29 to next year. Imagine, yung gagamitin doon ay ang Gallery 12. So, that yung Gallery 12, kasi dati may exhibition doon. Pero now, they converted it to the Botanical Art Worldwide exhibit for 1 year. So, makikita ng public yung mga iba't ibang botanical art. And then, magiging natin for 1 whole year. Tapos, mga around 77 paintings ang kasali dito. Ito, this one, ang size is A3. Para ma-accommodate lahat yung nag-join. Oo.
Okay. May bago ng tanong. Before doing this advocacy, ano ang mga works mo before? Anong nakikita mo before?
Ay, ang galing mo naman. Tayo talagang Anyway, kasi nga, since I'm a mother, no, yung nag-start ako mag-paint 2016, ang una kong pinaint ay mother and child. Kasi syempre that's what's in my heart kasi dahil dalawa kong anak, di ba? So, mother and child. Tapos ngayon, lately, bumalik na naman ako. I had my 7th solo show sa Art Tablado. And then, Art Tablado sa Galleria. So, by Robinson's Land. I was invited to exhibit in May for Mother's Day. Wow. So, bumalik ulit yung ko sa kay Ma'am Cookies. Kay Ma'am Vika. Kay Ma'am Cookie, napaka-supportive nila. Sobra. Doon ko nakita na kailangan mo ng physical strength para sa isang exhibition na ganun kalaki.
Yes.
Sobra kasi I painted around 25 na malalaking paintings ng mother and child. Pero syempre, hindi ko, napinasok ko pa rin yung yung flora. Okay. So, ang title niya is Hoyas de Filipinas, a tribute to mothers. Hoyas kasi are very small flowers yun eh. So, madami tayong endemic species ng Hoyas. So, mother and child, pero may nakalagay sa mga buhok nila na Hoyas, ganyan. So, naging accent siya. So, pati yung mother and child, andon. Kaya na-inspire ako ulit na mag-paint ulit ng mother and child. It was so fun. It was happy. And then, I gained new collectors, new friends, and then nakita ko na parang, kasi nung time na nag-prepare ako for that solo show, hindi na ata ako na sisilayan ng araw. Grabe, ibang class.
Busy makatapos.
Super. Kasi portrait ang hirap pag nagkaroon ng distortion. So, dapat medyo at least perfect yung proportion ng face. Ang hirap. Minsan pag napapagod na ako, parang nalulungkot na ako, binuburo ko yung mukha, tapos magsisisi ako, hala, ba't ko binura? Malapit na to. Kasi pag nagbura ka ng isang part, parang lahat na yun, proportion So, uulitin, damay-damay lahat. So, ulitin mo siya lahat. So, ano naman, natuwa naman ako na medyo okay naman yung kinalabasan ng mga portraits.
What's your medium pala?
Lahat hinawakan ko may oil. I started painting with oil. Tapos hindi ko nakayanan yung amoy.
Yes.
So I shifted to acrylics. Tapos I also used yung soft pastels under Sir Julius. Naging instructor kasi si Sir Julius. Tapos watercolor pero medyo mahirap pa rin. Ang teacher ko naman sa watercolor si Sir Roland Santos. Mahusay na professor natin dyan. Tsaka si Sir Jonah. And then, ano pa ba? Potter pala ako. Before I was an art, and before ako nag-paint, potter muna ako. Part ako ng group ng Pansol Potters na pinamumunuan nila Sir John Petechan and Ma'am Tessie Petechan.
Yeah.
Yun. So, I was invited by Ma'am Ging, and then napasama ako sa grupo na to. So, yun, nag-ano muna ako, nagpa-pottery ako. Tapos napunta na ako sa painting.
Pag gumagawa kayo ng pottery, ang tawag ba doon pot session?
Pwede rin. Pwede mo sabing pot session. Ano naman? Kasi pot naman ginagawa namin Oo.
Kasi I have this friend, si Adrian. I forgot the last name. He's a potter na based na sa LA yan.
Okay.
Nag-exhibit siya ng mga ceramics niya.
Oo.
So, naitanong ko na yung story.
Okay. Pwede naman. Kasi totoo namang pot session siya. Masarap na ibang klaseng discipline naman yun doon.
Yeah. Totally different.
Yes, oo.
Pero ibang medium naman ka.
Nakakatuwa nga, noong una ako pumunta doon, sabi sa akin ni Ma'am Tessie, tsaka ni Sir Chan, sabi nila, mag-enroll muna ako sa UP. So, nag-enroll muna ako sa UP College of Fine Arts for ceramics. So, after nun, di ba, nandun? So, after nun, yun, tuloy-tuloy na ako. So, maaga pa, 2015 yata, nandun na ako sa, sa Pansol Potters. Pansol, oo. Kasi yung aming studio ni Sir, hindi amin, yung kung saan kami nagkakaroon ng group sessions, nandun sa Pansol, Laguna. Oo.
Kasi may sibang grupo ng mga potters sa North. Kaya,
sila si Grid dun sa sa Sagada.
Yes,
mahusay yun.
Magagaling din.
Yeah, super.
Nawala na rin yung art ng pottery. Parang napabayaan na rin. Parang kumonti. Dati kasi may industriya pa yan.
Hindi. Ngayon nga, sobrang ang dami ng mga prolific potters. Ceramicists. Oo, madami na rin left and right na rin yung mga natin, mga exhibitions noon.
Naalala ko, dati gusto kong itry yan. Nung napanood ko yung movie na Ghost.
Actually, yung palaging reference sa rin Ghost. Mahirap siya. Ang hirap. Ang tayo ko makapag-center. Actually, ngayon palagi pa rin ako nakaka-center ba talaga ako ng pot. Kasi pag sa kick wheel ka, umiikot yan, di ba? So, may doon, may proseso para ma-center yon. So, ako naman, pag na-center ko na siya, nakabuo na ako, binabali ko siya, binibraid ko siya, binidistort ko siya. So, iba din yung mukha nung, hindi siya yung perfect na mga vase, kundi siya, yung, basta, pakita ko din iba, unique yung kanyang style. Oo.
Well, yeah, which is own, style, pagpapakita ng kakayahan.
Yes, oo.
Paano i-manifest sa ginagawa mo, yung gusto mong sabihin.
Yeah, oo, tama, oo.
Parang yung ginagawa ko, pag-disturb sa mga ginagawa ko, parang going against the flow, against the norm.
Parang kasi yung hindi ko, parang gusto ko parang iba siya, ganyan.
Hindi typical, makalinis na.
Yes, oo. Kaya, yun, exciting lang. Ang dami-dami kong gustong gawin, sobra. Tapos, I am also inviting everyone. Kasi sa September 20, parang may send-off exhibit ako sa village lang namin, sa Citadela Executive Village, sa function hall namin. It's a send-off exhibition that I will be calling Homecoming. Tama ba? Pwede naman, no? Wala pa akong title eh. Pero naisip ko parang homecoming kasi hindi nga alam dun sa village namin ang paint ako. So, pero may mga collectors na rin ako among my friends in the village. Pero lahat, parang kasi sa ako, parang ayoko mag-part way sa paintings ko. Minsan hirap akong i-sell siya. So, hindi talaga ako actively selling.
Si Panks, di ba?
May si Panks. At saka sabi ko kasi ginagamit ko to for my advocacy eh. So, parang ayoko siyang i-let go. But then, of course, also to fund my forthcoming trip to the Nordic countries, kailangan ko din ng funds. So, I will be showing all my paintings since 2016. Yung mga tinago ko talaga na hindi ko pa napapalabas. Or na-exhibit ko na, na-exhibit ko naman. Pero tinago ko lang talaga, ang dami nila. So, ilalabas ko siya for a whole day. Nandun lang sa function hall yan from parang I think 8 to 10 p.m. So, come and go lang yung mga visitors. They want to view it, okay lang. And then also, if they want to be part of my advocacy, my journey to, for the Philippine Eagle, they can at least, if they are interested with one piece and be part of my advocacy, I'm more than willing to, offer it up for sale. Ganyan.
So, isang tanong ko, hanggang kailan mo gagawin?
Ay, naku, ang galing. Bakit mo? Nabasa mo ba yung profile ko? Parang hindi naman. Ayun nga, nakakatuwa ka. Sir Chris, actually, sabi ko, tuloy-tuloy kong magdodonate ng Philippine Eagle painting sa 97 na Philippine Embassies and Philippine Consulate General across the world. 97 yun, ang dami. 14 pa lang ako, di ba? Sabi ko, before I turn 60 in 2034, natapos ko na lahat yung mission ko na yon. Yun ang goal ko. Mabigay sa 97 foreign posts yung Philippine Eagle painting. Yung Philippine Eagle na yun kasi, it's a rendition of the Philippine Eagle image, yung vector image niya sa passport. Pero each painting is different from the other. Pero pareho yung yung orientation, tapos nilagyan ko din siya ng logo ng Philippines, tapos pasaporte, ganyan. So, kung makikita mo, kung pagsasama-samahin lahat ng 14 na yun, iba't iba yung mga mukha. Minsan, very fierce, minsan, very cute.
Iba-ibang
Good. Oo, depende siguro sa feeling ko ng time na yan. Oo. Minsan nga sabi ko, ay, gusto ko babalikan ko yung isang painting na yan. Uulitin ko siya. Parang yun naman. Pero lahat naman sila ay okay.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, isa sa mga tanong ko ganito. What is art o singing para sa iyo?
For me, art, it's not just the visual thing, Art for me is a tool for awareness. It's something that is very important in imparting whatever you feel, whatever your thoughts are, your advocacy. It's just a medium for me to share amongst my viewers my real, yung feelings ko, especially for the creation of awareness for our flora and fauna. Art for me is a very, very important tool for raising awareness about something. And particularly for me, yun nga yung para sa mga, sa native flora and fauna natin. And I think using art is very successful. For me, nagkaroon tayo ng movement that involves a lot of people, a lot of artists. And then, with this, I think that sa lahat ng kailangan natin gawin, palagi tayo merong kaakibat na art. But then, especially that, art is not only art in itself, but with Flora and Fauna kasi, with Philippine Botanical Art Society and Philippine Fauna Art Society, it's a mixture of art and science na. Kaya malaki din ang tulong niya sa science dahil instead of just showing these things on books or scientific journals, pinapasukan siya ng art. And it's really very effective tool. May impact kasi siya dun sa viewer eh. Katulad nga na sinasabi natin kanina, nagpiplay siya sa senses, nakaka-retain siya sa memory natin. And then that is something that evokes yung feelings na you need to research. You need to read on something very important, which is biodiversity.
So, ma'am, kasi recently naging mainit yung talakayan na yung artificial intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's your take on artificial intelligence when it comes to arts?
Well, oo nga, no. Although ako talaga hindi ako techie sa edad natin, di ba? Pero yung artificial intelligence kasi, parang sa akin, it's not you eh. It's not, it's not coming from yourself. Parang tulong siya ng technology. Pwede siguro, depende. Pero kasi naman sa akin kasi, anything that we create, whether there's artificial intelligence, it's still your creation eh. When nilapat mo na yan sa canvas, ikaw pa rin yan. Pero wag naman sana yung talagang every bits and pieces eh, kinuha mo na doon. Parang, hey, ChatGPT, make me a mother and child. Tapos, yung ginawa ni ChatGPT, gagayahin mo na. Hindi ba natin alam na yung ChatGPT images na yan ay kinuha din sa ibang artist? Di ba?
Iba't ibang litrato.
Iba't ibang litrato. Tapos, hindi natin mapipinpoint kung sinong artist yan. Kawawa naman dahil kinuha yung idea from them. So, we can use that as an inspiration, as a reference, but not the entire totality of it. We can just, inspiration, as a tool. Tapos, we just, render our own. Hindi pwedeng ibase sa AI eh. Diba? Nakakatakot yan minsan eh. Kasi whatever you put inside that, gagamitin din yun sa iba.
Yes.
Diba?
Yung mga apps na hindi litrato mo gagawing cartoon. Diba?
Oo, yeah.
So, hindi litrato sinabit mo, database
yes.
na yun.
Actually nga, sabi ko, merong mga app na, kunyari, yung portrait namin mag-asawa, maya-maya, painting na siya. Or painting. Wow.
Pero yung
ang galing.
Yung litrato, para gawin yung painting, database na.
Ayun, oo nga. Di malalaman nila yung itsura mo, which is security threat din. Pero for those artists na gumagamit ng AI, hindi ko naman din sila that's their choice, di ba? Kanila yun eh. Oo, we just respect them.
Huwag lang manloko na isubmit as painting pero AI talaga.
Oo. Yeah, kasi
walang brush stroke.
Yes, oo. Pero basta ako naman din, Chris, kasi sa akin paningin, Sir Chris, anything that is created by our hands, atin din yun. Yeah. So anything that is created by hands is beautiful. Kasi di ba sinasabi nila, ay, hindi ko kaya mag-paint. Ako sa nagtuturo ako ng mga pro bono workshops. Pero palagi ko sinasabi sa mga participants na everything that you create is beautiful. Kasi nga, God gave us the hands eh. Everything that we create, atin yun eh. So maganda yun. Kaya lang, of course, artists, di ba? Yung what is beautiful is objective yan. Ay, very subjective. Very subjective. What is beautiful to you might not be beautiful for me. Ugly sa akin, hindi pala sa'yo, ganyan. So, it also parang pertains to our artworks na kung sa akin, hindi maganda yung painting, pero sa iba, maganda yan. So, di ba, ito parang cliche na rin na palagi, pag may yung mga paintings, meron talaga yan siyang owner na hinihintay. Oo, may soulmate siya. Whatever, may talagang nangungusap sa'yo, di ba?
Ma'am, kanina pa natin pinag-uusapan yung mga exhibition mo sa labas ng bansa. Ang isa sa tanong ko ano ang edge o lamang ng mga Pinoy artists compare sa iba?
Oh, magandang question na naman yan, Chris. Actually, I noticed, hindi naman dahil...
question ni JB yan.
Talaga? Okay. So, anyway, I noticed kasi, di ba, nagpupunta na ako sa iba't ibang mga exhibitions. And I want also to thank my friend, si Maylin Quito, kasi siya talaga yung nag-pave ng way sa akin to join international exhibitions. Other than dun sa mga trips ko abroad to donate my Philippine Eagle paintings, So, with Miss Maylin kasi, siya yung president ng Art Alliance. So, palagi niya ako sinasama. So, the first one was in Vietnam, tapos sunod-sunod na Cambodia kami. Kaya nakapag-donate din ako. Tapos, there's also like Malaysia, Japan, ganyan. So, na-notice ko, when I had my back-to-back exhibition sa Vietnam with Miss Maylin, nakita ko na very colorful. Iba talaga yung pagiging colorful ng paintings natin. Yung magaganda yung mga paintings nila, but then there's a certain quality ng Filipino paintings na very, yung talagang yung colors very solid na maa-attract ka talaga. Kasi I painted that time mga endemic species ng Vietnam, na birds, sa Philippines din. I salute also the Vietnamese lady na kasama namin. Her works are so beautiful, oil painting siya. But then I noticed also that very subtle yung mga colors. Because it depende din siguro dun sa character ng artist. But that's what I noticed. Pag Filipino paintings, very colorful. Kasi doon sa nakikita natin sa likod, yun. Saka, there's also a narrative. Always, a painting, pag Filipino nag-paint, may story. Ano naman, lahat naman ng paintings may story, di ba? Pero iba din sa atin, kasi iba din yung character natin. As a,
Visual na yung narrative eh.
yes, malaking,
Makita mo agad yung narrative niya
Yes.
without explaining.
but it's always like a very joyful, it's a joyful narrative. It's always happy. It's always it's always like very positive. Yung mga artworks na nakikreate ng mga Filipino artists. And kasi ganun tayo as a people, as a nation, we're very positive. We can turn mga bad things, mga catastrophes, calamities into, learning lessons and then happy ones na, di ba, palagi nga, maski umuulan, bumabaha, joke, oo. Oh yeah, we take things lightly, eh. That is who we are as a people. So it also manifests in our paintings. So ako, pag nakita mo yung mga paintings ko, sobrang sa lang mga solid colors, happy colors, especially that mga endemic natin, mga gaganda talaga sila. So yun lang yung parang feeling ko na edge natin as Filipinos. And I guess every culture has their own edge din, di ba? May iba din silang mga characters and strong points sa mga artworks nila. But I'm very proud that we as Filipino artists, yun yung na-create natin ng mga artwork.
Ma'am, yung advocacy nyo kasi, ang tanong ko, paano tayo makaka-develop ng mga second lives ng mga artists to continue the advocacy?
Well, actually, for that, since I have a group, so I think, it will be a very, very long time na this group will be in existence as long as we have a biodiversity to paint, especially that we have 50,000 species in the Philippines. Now we can always have the beautiful subjects to paint on, especially that also we encourage people, even non-artists, to be part of our organization. And we also teach and do workshops with young ones. And then sila na kasi yung magiging susunod na mga di ba? Mga magiging generation of artists. Oo. And ngayon, ang galing. Kasi nung time natin, wala naman tayong masyadong workshops.
Yes.
Wala din tayong mga events na mga exhibitions. And before, I know in particular, na parang makapag-exhibit ka lang if you're an established artist. Pero ngayon, it's open na. Homemakers, lawyers, doctors, students. Yes, enthusiasts, diba?
Coffee shop,
Yes.
restaurant.
It's very inclusive. Hindi siya katulad dati na talagang dapat aral ka ng fine arts. Yeah, oo. Which is nice kasi everybody na may creative na i-involve sa painting, sculpture, performing arts, music, it's very open. And I think it's a very positive side of the Filipinos, no, na everybody's given a chance to show their creative skills and what they can do, or whatever awareness na gusto nilang maipabahagi sa mga viewers through visual arts.
Okay, ma'am. Next question, gaano kahalaga ang suporta ng pamilya sa isang artist?
Naku, galing na question. Actually, thank you so much for that question because I want to take this opportunity to thank my family, especially my husband. My husband, I know that he's not very artistic, no? But of course, his support comes in a different form. Kaya nga ako nakakapag-travel, nakakapag-donate ng mga Philippine Eagle paintings ko because of him, because he supports me financially, he supports me emotionally, and then, although hindi siya masyado masining, iba kasi siya, he's an engineer, so iba yung wiring ng kanyang pero minsan, pag nag-paint ako, kasi nga since engineer siya, mathematical, so sabi niya, hindi pantay yan, yung portrait mo, walang depth, dapat, minsan nga, kukuha pa siya ng, ng orange, gaguhitan niya pa yan. So, this is how I see it. Parang kulang pa sa depth yung ginagawa mo, which I think is nice, kasi even if kasi growing up the kids, busy pa ako sa mother, so medyo hindi niya ako pinapayagan. But now that the kids are not, we are empty nesters na, so nakakaroon pa ako ng time to engage in my art. And then, I really want to thank him kasi nga, hindi ko mapupuntahan yung 14 different foreign posts na yon without his support. And especially my kids also, si Willa and then si Walden, they're very supportive of me. Sinasabi nila, Mami, kulang pa yung painting mo. Nako, mukhang hindi ka nagseryoso sa painting na yan. Dapat galingan mo. Ay, grabe ang critics ko. Hindi sila titigil sa akin hanggat hindi nagiging okay yung painting ko. And my daughter Willa kasi, she's also a creative. She's also an artist, although she works for the government naman. So, yun. And then, my son naman also, mahuli siya mag-paint, pero iba din naman yung ano niya. So, ayun, malaking tulong, family, and also my mom and my dad, my sister, si Wilhelmina, and my brother, si Roberto, all of them are very supportive. And also the husband of my daughter is also a film editor, si Augusto. Ang galing nila, kasi nakikita nila na, ay, mukhang minadali mo yan, ulitin mo ulit yan, gano'n. Parang hindi ko namin naramdaman yung death niyan.
Studio na nakakay na.
Oo, grabe. As in, pati yung nephew ko, si Wilhelm na nasa Australia, pag siya din tumingin, Mami Ding, parang hindi maganda. Ito, hindi proportion ganyan. The colors are not cohesive, mga ganon. So, malaking tulong ang pamilya kasi ang pamilya talaga yung core natin, di ba? So, I want to thank my family for that, for supporting me. Pang-ano ko na ngayon 16, almost 9 years na ako nagtipaint. So, the success, whatever na nadating ko ay because of them.
Anyway, Ma'am, ito yung programa, ito yung part ng programa na hihingang kita ng payo or any advice para sa ating mga manonood, lalo sa mga artist. Tinatawag ko na words of wisdom.
Okay.
Ako lang nag-invent ko.
Maganda naman yun. Oo.
Go ahead.
Sige. Actually, so maraming salamat ulit, Sir Chris, for inviting me and to my friend Jamie na nag-invite sa akin. Oo, si Jamie, hindi ko mahihindihan yan Kaya, nung sinabi niya sa akin, walang isip-isip, segundo pa lang, okay, yes, I'm available, ganyan. So, for everyone, maraming salamat po at sinusuportahan niyo po ang programa ni Sir Chris, ang Sining Pilipinas. Napakalaking magandang plataforma para sa mga artist na katulad ko para ibahagi ang ating mga events, ang ating advokasya, kung bakit ba tayo nandito. For me, ang mapapayo ko lang sa mga artist na just follow what your heart desires. Kung ano ba talaga yung gusto nyong iparating sa inyong mga ginagawa. Maging confident tayo, pagtawag dito, maniwala tayo sa sarili natin. Ang ginagawa natin maganda. Lahat ng ginagawa ng ating kamay ay maganda at may katuturan. So, it's not only for money making, but then of course, all of us, meron tayong parang mission bilang mga artist, no? Hindi lang tayo para makabenta. Pero kasi napakalaking tool ng artist malaki impact niya. Malaki ang nagiging epekto nito sa pananaw at pag-iisip ng mga tao. Hindi lang dahil maganda siya, colorful siya, pero syempre, pag nakita yung painting mo, it is something that they can, think of like para magkaroon sila ng paraan upang magbasa, makapag-research. Kasi isa siyang tool for awareness kung ano ba nangyayari sa society. It's not only for sa ginagawa ko na flora and fauna, but is sa social issues natin. Malaking din tulong ang visual arts. Diba? Isa din siyang tool para, anong tawag dito, yung mga informatics. Diba? Malaking tulong yan. Pagandahin mo yung tungkol sa anong gusto mong marating. Like, kunyari, tungkol sa pandemya dati, di ba? Ang dami mga gandang mga informatics about ginagawa ng mga visual artists. So, just go on, mag-aral, pagbutihin pa ninyo ang inyong skill, manami mga iba't ibang means. Magbasa, mag-enroll sa mga workshops kung meron kayong pondo para dito, tawag dito sa mga YouTube, di ba? O kaya mag-join kayo ng mga workshops sa mga groups. Kasi nagkakapagpalitan kayo ng mga ideas, skills, ganyan. And be open to everything. Whatever you can do, our hands are very powerful. So, and wag niyo limitahan ang sarili niyo. Kung kaya nyo mag-oil, try naman ng watercolor, try pastels, try acrylic, di ba? Try also sculpture, try pottery. Madami tayong pwedeng gawin. But I also like respect and I'm very proud of what you're doing right now for your own personal growth and for being an active component of our society. So mabuhay po ang Sining Pilipinas and mabuhay po ang mga ating manlilikha and ang lahat po ng ito na ginagawa natin ay para sa kalikasan, para sa ating bayan, at para sa ating Panginoong may likha ng lahat ng ito. Maraming salamat, Sir Chris.
Thank you.